What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to CM Aviation. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. And today we have the October 2025 NG models releases for you all. I hope all of you are excited for today's video. It's safe to say that there's going to be some progress here. I saw some of the hints in some of the releases and was able to put them together. I didn't intentionally do it, but just got tied up and wasn't able to record this as soon as I would have liked to. But anyway, it's encouraging, and we're going to talk about it today. So we're not to the finish line yet by any means, but very similar to last year at this time, we have a spark of hope. Can we actually convert this time? That said, let's go ahead and get started. Delta Airlines Airbus A319 getting released with the large revised title, so a re-release that actually makes some decent sense, and I'll actually probably go ahead and get it. I've been talking about wanting another Delta 319, or 320 really, but 319 is going to work, and this one's a cool one. It's going to be November 348 November Bravos. So if you don't know, Delta's actually been making a couple A319s with their revised title. So NG, actually thinking outside the box, actually thinking of re-releases that make sense. So if you really want to rerun what you already have, doing it in a way that collectors would enjoy, including myself. So we love to see it, the really good attention to detail here, and we want to see this continue. So this is a good start. We're not, like I said, we're not even close to the finish line, but this is a really good start. So very happy to see that. That's great. Another re-release that's been super popular, and even I want it, so if I do, then it's probably decent. Japan Airlines Airbus A350 1000 Juliet Alpha 04 Whiskey Juliet. So I was a little bummed when I missed it the first time, and a re-release that makes a bunch of sense. It performed that well. It's more reasonable to have a re-release like this, and I'm very pleased with the effort. So definitely going to be getting this as well. So NG actually doing some really good work. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it actually makes some sense. So and hopefully no duplicates to go with it. So yes, just keep it moving. Xiamen Air Boeing 737-800 Bravo 5146. This has the revised classic color scheme, and I believe that this aircraft has been done in a different way before, but again, another one that probably makes sense with how popular it is, and it looks pretty sharp in general. So yeah, as long as we don't get the duplicates, I'm a fan of it. So I haven't seen every piece of the release. This aircraft has the new livery. It's Bravo 5653, and let's see if this is actually logic. Let's see. So yes, actually combining liveries that makes sense. So we have the old livery going with the new livery, and this is a slightly different version of it, it would appear. This is a subject they've touched on before, but once again, a little bit more logic to how they're going about this way of doing it. I like it. We have to continue, but this is huge progress to say the very least. Moving into another COMAC 919. This does not have a registration, and this should just be a standard delivery one. I actually just recently got my first COMAC, so you'll see that in an upcoming video. But it's so cool that it's too cool for a CGI. So there we go. So I don't know what's going on with that, but that's pretty typical of NG. So no crazy shock there to not see that here on the board. And we have another one. This one's going to be the ARJ 21700, and no CGI once again. So it's pretty tough to distinguish what we're. Here we go. So this one has the blue tail and the navy on it, and then I'll give this one. And this is actually, I don't know. This is a C909. Okay, my bad. So completely different subjects. Really like the logic here. It makes much more sense. And NG actually doing some work. So I'm really enjoying this so far. This is actually pretty solid. So let's see if it continues. Next up is a Y20A. This is going to be the first one that made it to Europe, and considering that they spent so much on this mold and only have limited usage, I think they have to maximize the usage. So not too disappointed with this release. I think this one right here makes sense with that choice, 20240. This one's going to be the Air Power 2022 Air Show 20241, and I'm not expecting too much of a crazy difference. I didn't really notice too much there, so that was to be expected, but once again, they got to maximize the usage, so a duplicate that's understandable in a little bit more of the way. China Eastern Boeing 777-300ER. This is going to be Bravo 3749, and this has the Shanghai Museum livery, and this is a light version of it. So they actually, I think, did a special run of this with the die-cast version for CRP, which was a really cool aspect. I wish they would have gave a little bit more time so that everybody that wanted it had adequate time to do it. But nevertheless, I am really glad to see a light. I got my first lights out of a CRP redemption. Honestly, I'm a big fan. So really liking the different subjects. NG actually doing good work. This is exactly what you want to see, and this is tremendous progress. They have listened in some capacity. Korean Air Light Boeing 787-10 Hotel Lima 8515. They did the die-cast version, or sorry, the full-fledged version just a few last month actually. Now we're getting the light, so actually a little bit of progression. This logic makes a little bit more sense. Just stay out of the duplicates and we'll be in good shape. You'll love to see it. China Eastern Peacock Boeing 737-800 in the 1 to 200 scale, a pretty abrupt transition. This is going to be for Bravo 1788. So yeah, I'm not sure why this is in the 1-200s already here, because there's way more 1-400s. But yeah, once again, I don't know if this has been done on 1-200, so I don't want to misspeak. But anyway, this is definitely solid so far. This is really good. We can live with this a little bit. This is the same one, but it's the next tail number up, 1789. Not seeing too many differences there, so to be expected. Not too much more to elaborate on with that. We do have a 757-200 and 1-200. This is going to be a C-32B 009001, probably Air Force 2, I would assume. No, just an all blank one. Kind of cool, good for some customs if you want to do that. So not completely blown away by that, but not a terrible release either. This one is going to be 024452, and this is yet another blank one. So I think they're the different engines. No, okay, I'm not sure what the main difference is on these, but yeah, that's where we stand with those. So not too bad, because we're going to get more good releases soon. The C909 also makes it up to 1 to 200 with this release, so looking quite nice there. And yeah, good to get in both scales for all those appropriate collectors that would like that. So I think it's a good choice. Maybe CRP, we can get it then, we'll see. And then we get the China Eastern 1-200, which is a light version of 1-200. So I really like this idea. So these are $40, which is a steal. Getting a die-cast plain 1-200 for 40. I really like it, so I think there's definitely potential with this, and I hope that they continue to maximize that. So I really like the choice right there. It actually makes some sense. No major, not doing too terribly on duplicates this month, just a few so far, so we love that. Another light, this time it's the COMAC Express, so great that we're getting the various liveries here with the various versions, so definitely a big fan of that. That's probably 657 Yankee. We have the Xiamen Air Sky Team back to 1 to 400 Boeing 737-800, which I think they've done maybe just once, but it's been a while. Bravo 155159, so I'm not sure if they've done it yet or not, but a good special livery that's going to be popular among collectors. I really like it, so this is honestly really good. So great job here by NG for continuing to maximize the usage. We're going to Bravo 5633, so another tail number for those collectors that want it. Not too many crazy differences here, so about to be expected. Would have been nice to see that spread out a little bit, but it's okay to get them done now. We have an Xiamen Air Max 8, the 2000th aircraft for China, so at least we have a solid difference here and a little sticker decal, so not too bad on that, not too crazy about it, but also could be worse. We have the first Boeing aircraft delivered, so not bad as well. This has a 225 Foxtrot prefix on it, which is very interesting. So definitely a little bit of a different one right here. So a decent difference there for sure, a little bit more substantial, not too bad. We have a Shunhan Airlines Airbus A330-200. This is the World Games 2025 single livery. Let's see if it's substantial. And yeah, I don't think they've done that yet. So that's another very good release, and it's great to see the variety continuing. So glad to see them continuing to maximize the A330 mold. And we have yet another one. This is 8468, and let's see if there's any major differences on this. I think it's just the tail prefix, so same story as the Sky Team. Maybe spreading that out would have been a little bit nicer, but we're getting it done at the very least. They really like Xiamen Airlines 737-700 with the classic livery. I know this was done in 1 to 200, and I think they maybe did this once in 1 to 400, but nice to see it again here. A decent timing for sure, probably a popular one. This next one is going to be the first 737-700, so same story as the previous releases. What can I say at this point with these? So not too terrible, but I think we're gonna have some better subjects coming up to make up for it a little bit. Now we're just all of a sudden back to 1 to 200. I really don't understand what this is about. Another C909, this time for China Southern Airlines, looking nice, and once again really good to get these different versions of this, so $68 on that, followed by another registration, this time with the kilo prefix. So same story, what can we say? Not too much more to evaluate, and we get a third, or now we're back to 1 to 400, which I know they've done China Southern and 1 to 400 on this before, so no shock there. Same story on the registrations. In fact, the exact same registrations just flipped over, so not too much more to elaborate there. We have a, is that a TB Airlines? I think Airbus A319. Let's take a look. Bravo 1008. And yeah, I don't think they've done that yet, so that's actually a really solid release. So great to see the cool special livery, and there's going to be some collectors. They'll be very excited about that, so that's definitely a little bit of a different plane there, so that's looking nice. We have an Xiamen Airlines Airbus A321neo. This was a wish. I think this is what this means. But anyway, this is going to be the first aircraft delivered. So I don't think they've done one of these yet. So this is definitely exciting. And yeah, really great to see them finally following up on these wishes, assuming that's what it is. We'll see. But yeah, looking really nice. That's really solid. We also have a 737-800. This is the 100th aircraft there. And I'm assuming that's, yeah, they have not done these liveries. So I'm believing these are the wishes right here. Let's see if it ports it over. I'm assuming this is what this means here with the, yeah, so these are wishes that you're seeing with the icon. So we're finally getting these incorporated. So I'm really glad to see them finally doing wishes that were desired upon. So you can see how many wishes they had. So there was 9 for this and 17 here. I think we'll see some higher numbers as we continue to go down the list. This was one of their own though, Bravo 5656 vaccine livery. Let's take a look. Okay, actually a solid special livery. There's been like 100 Xiamen aircraft in this release, so if you like Xiamen Airlines, I might just have to get one just for the, and just how impressive this has been. But if you like Xiamen Air, then you are absolutely finished this month. 24 wishes for the 8888 737, and is it like a really good livery or is it just a decal here? That's quite a few wishes, so I'd expect this to be fairly decent. I apologize about these renderings. I think this is the NG domain. I don't think this is my own internet's fault. There we go. Huh, very interesting to get 25 wishes on that, but similar to the previous ones, but it was wished upon 24 times, so I respect that. We'll see if we get more high numbers later on. Eva Air Light Boeing 777-300 Candy Jet. I really like this, especially since I don't think they've done this livery yet. NG domain just being a little slow on the CGI stick, but it gives us some time to process all this craziness. Well, I was thinking that was going to be the case, but let's even see if we can get it to load. There we go. Yeah, I don't think they've done that yet. So another very good release. This is just really encouraging to see. I mean, the Xiamen Air situation, I'm not sure what's going on with that. Maybe they just wanted to run them all at once. But the other aircraft, for the most part, have been pretty solid. We have the cartoon version of a China Southern C919. This is just, you know, they're really goofy mold there. I don't even know what to say about that, but that's all right. I mean, if they want to spend time on goofy fantasy planes, they can. And we're finally going to start getting into some really good aircraft. So starting with the Hawaiian Airlines Airbus A321neo that was wished upon 31 times, number 228 Hotel Alpha. It is awesome to see them finally do the Hawaiian A321neo. It's been highly requested. Huge aircraft. Very excited. Gemini's done it several versions, but the NG mold's going to really do a great job. So proud of NG for finally doing this, and you can tell it was highly desired. So let's just hope to see this effort continue. Okay, Singapore Airlines Boeing 747-400 in the tropical livery. This was wished upon 77 times, and we're finally cooking with NG. We got to see this go on for like 6 months before we can start really getting excited. But this is what we want to see. Wishes that were wished upon 77 times, and I'll even show you the list here. I mean, this was no easy fet. I mean, there was so many people that wanted this. You can just see a long list of collectors, obviously many from China, but rightfully so considering that area. Just so great to see, and this is super exciting. So just keep up what the collectors want to see. And we have the other prefix to go with it. So yeah, definitely no shortage on this aircraft. So there'll be plenty of versions, and it is in high demand. So I like the choice. This is great. It's a really good livery. I doubt it's been done. If so, I doubt it's been done in a really good mold. So just very exciting overall. And the Hawaiian Airlines Airbus A330-200, this is a re-release from 5 years ago, so one that makes sense. Only 7 wishes on this particular one, but once again, I mean, this is going to sell well by default. You know, it goes well with what they did previously. So a solid re-release, and since they're already doing the other Hawaiian, I think it makes quite a bit of sense. So 379 Hotel Alpha is the registration on that. And we have 378 as well, and this has the special livery on it, Leo and Stitch. So this is a nice way to twist up what we've seen previously. I think it's a cool Disney advertisement there and continuing exposure in a variety of ways. So for the Hawaiian collectors, this is definitely going to be very, very desired upon. So love to see it. This is definitely great progress. Another wish here, 9 on this Xiamen Airlines A330-200. Now, they rarely do just the normal livery like this, so it makes some sense, though I do think they've done it. They have done it at some point fairly recently. It's not the end of the world, but it was wished, so we'd love to see that. We have yet another registration too, and this is 3.5. I want to say these, I don't know if these are individual wishes or not, but I need to get on and start doing my own wishes and just see if they come to fruition. Who knows? And then we have Leo and Stitch also on the Hawaiian A321neo. This one was not wished upon, 216 Hotel Alpha, and this livery is even more. I mean, this is just a nice set with the A330 because they vary so much, but this is definitely the more eventful one. So big fan of that, and continuing at these very unique releases. So kind of taking at JC there a little bit. And we have another A321neo registration for our fleet builders. This is going to be 215 Hotel Alphas. So same story. I think one would have been plentiful, but if they're not going to make it for a long time again, might as well do two. So I see some logic a little bit. The JetBlue Duncan A320 does make it to 1-400. This will definitely be a pickup on my side. 346 Juliet Bravo. Very exciting to finally see NG doing planes that we really want. And yes, this is just huge. Now I know JC did it, but this mold's superior, and just great to see, you know, some progression on US releases. They did say more US releases would be coming, and they are to their word. So we will see this continue. They have made a future announcement for some Delta A350s, so that's exciting, but hopefully we'll get even farther than that. This is a huge release, by the way. Goodness. Juno Air Airbus A321 Bravo 9957, and this has the Shanghai Resort Ultimate on it. So the first A321 Ultimate release, I believe, and a very colorful one at that. I mean, if they're going to do these obscure planes, at least make them, you know, really eventful, and I love the logic. So maybe even I can do CRP on that, get another Ultimate narrow body, the first narrow body I'm aware of, in addition to getting it for Coral Sea. So no shortage on that. I really like it. This has been awesome. And then we have a normal release to go with it, which is fairly logically placed. So I love to see that. Not bad. Can definitely live with that. Next up, we have the Transalvia Airbus A321neo Papa Hotel Yankee Hotel Delta with the 1960s retro colors. It's about time we got some European in this release. It's only fair, and I'm glad to see some progression here. We definitely need more, but this is going to be a very popular one. So a very good choice right there, and NG definitely continuing to work towards some more European planes, but it's got to be more extensive, so that's definitely huge. We do get the Pan Am Iceland Air 757 1-200 scale to start. I think this is a solid release. Obviously, all the manufacturers are doing it, and it's a very simple aircraft that's going to be very popular. So good job here by NG for getting after that aircraft, and we're also going to get it in 1-400 as well. So another very good release, and this is definitely looking quite strong. So this is just so far really solid. 1-200 China Southern 737-700 Bravo 5283. I thought they did this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they did it without winglets, or maybe they did China Eastern or another one, but not bad either. So we'll take it. We're probably getting a duplicate as well, and there it is. Actually, we actually get some solid ones. So this is actually the 4000 sticker in G, and this is the Ordinary Hero, which hopefully is fairly complicated in a livery. Not too much. Just it doesn't even have a little decal on it. I'm not even seeing where that Ordinary Hero is coming in, but who knows what's going on with that. We get a cartoon version of the Air China COMAC, so there we go. Very interesting, and yeah, that's fascinating for sure. So yeah, very interesting usage. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the October 2025 NG models releases. So there is certainly encouragement here. I think that, you know, first off, it's a crazy big release, so I'm gonna be impressed if they're able to get this all out on time, but they somehow find a way to do it. Number two, I'm just interested by the distribution of it all. There's some very good, you know, US releases on there that are huge, and hopefully we'll be seeing more of that as we move forward. But it's great to see that future preview log cleared off a little bit, as here's all the future previews right here. So we'll just go ahead and kind of glance at them to become prepared for the future. So there's the Delta A350s I was discussing, one of which was a Wish Singapore A350s, really good. So just the big picture here on NG and why it's encouraging is these are actually planes that I want to see in many views. Well, Air Cowan's not been done very much, Air Greenland as well. This British Airways A350 is very desirable, and only Gemini's done it. It's very popular, as you can tell by 67 wishes, so that's huge. China Airlines A350, honestly, I kind of want it, but carbon fiber, there was 60 for that. Oh, the Delta 757 1-200, I remember seeing that now that I think about it, so that's big. Virgin Atlantic, once again, another very popular. So all these are actually planes that we kind of want to see, and this is really exciting. And there's some really good variety on here. The Wiz A321neo, that's really exciting. And even the Riot Air A321XLR, I didn't know they were getting these. So again, just getting over to these feature previews, there's actually planes that collectors want to see here. In Arizona 1 and 1-200, I forgot that was there too. So it's just really encouraging to see this. And I do think that the future is definitely very encouraging with some really solid choices here. And this is why we have to continue to have faith. And I think that it's definitely going to go up from here. Hopefully the distribution continues to get better, as we've seen with what they've been sharing for the future previews. So it definitely gives us excitement, and I definitely think that the potential is there to even grow farther from this. So I'm really excited about it. I think that's going to be great. Let me know what you all think in the comments below. It is very encouraging. I'm really excited about the future, and NG's finally listening. Can it continue? Can it not be just one skew of hope? We shall see from here, and let's hope for the best. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what you're getting but this will definitely be a popular month on my side. And if you want to get any of these, Wildcat diecast, link in the description, 10% off. They're all up already on there, and it is a great way to do it with CM Aviation, so definitely get that going. But nevertheless, that'll do it for today's video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe, trust the process, do you love and love you do. My name is CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as CM Aviation is signing off.